Hello there, Dota fans! Welcome back. Dark Zyori today as we conquered the lighting battle as one of my fixtures literally fell from the wall this morning as I was preparing for this podcast. So it's been a real-life disaster here in the studio, but we've made it. Trent, welcome back. 176 here, talking some DPC Season 2. We got qualifiers wrapping up today. We know some of the final Div 2 teams and obviously conclusion of the major. Super exciting to talk about. Buddy, the exciting news in our court, Theeban, the lowly South American Dota caster, has now qualified for lower division North America. This is breaking news now.
Hold on. We are not lowly South America casters anymore. We're the fucking top tier region, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Our best team didn't even go. Our second best team killed it at the major, and I predicted them to come last. So obviously... SA is God tier.
Nice.
That's all I have to say.
You didn't believe. You didn't. See,
I didn't believe.
You bought into the propaganda, and we'll talk about major results. But not only did Europe not show up, they had 4 teams. That's 4 opportunities, and I think only one of them surpassed the likes of Thunder Predator in terms of placing. So.
And those guys are pretty good, I think.
Yeah, Team Secret. Do they even? They're not even like they're above a region. They're in their own tier.
They are. Yes.
Well, I guess as it turns out, IG is also quite good. One of the feared behemoths from the Chinese region. But yeah, you're right. Exciting times, dude. Viva fucking Peru. Bowie and I really pushed for the top 8 in SAD PP. And after they got top 8, a lot of people tweeted at me, well, what's your real prediction now? They made top 8. Where do you think they're going? I'm like, top 8. Maybe top 6. I think top 6 was a lot to be proud of there, and they walked away with DPC points. Right, that's that storyline that I kept blowing up. What about Thunder Predator? They're gonna go all the way there and not get any money. Well, fuck you, Zyori. They got some money. They got some DPC points, and they have like a real chance at qualifying for TI now.
Yeah, that's a quality run to take there, man. Especially if they just do well in the league from now on too, because you obviously get a lot of points there too.
Yeah, it's 500 for first place. I think it's way more than I realized relative to the major. Like even Beastcoast not going to the major, if they get first place again in groups, I think they're still pretty good. I think they're like likely safe.
Yeah, probably. Based on numbers and stuff, and that math's gonna be really fun.
Numbers
at the end of the
stuff.
season. Yeah. You know how that goes.
I guess the dream is alive because that was one of the first things I saw people also tweeting at me. It's dead for Beast Coast now. What do we do? And I don't think it's dead because again they can also place at the second major. So if they get first online and then place top 6 at the major, I think we're okay.
But yes, Theeban, and not only Theeban, who obviously hasn't been competing that much lately. Pandago was on his team, and I mean, if you've been listening for a long time, Pandago hasn't played pro Dota in ages.
He was coaching, right? Wasn't he esports or Chaos Esports Club?
According to his Wikipedia, the last time he played was eHug, really. I mean, he played a little bit in like 2020 on one random ePulse thing, but other than that, we're talking like eHug Canada Cup Season 5.
Wow.
That's a long time ago, guys. It's 6 years. And Pandago's like, excuse me, I'd like to come. Like, I remember when he got hired for the PUBG team. It's even his Wikipedia.
Oh my god.
Him and Nomi, remember?
I do remember Nomi. He sent me a nice
Dota
DM
dudes.
a couple months ago. Nomi's a very nice guy. I think he still follows me. I might still follow him.
Top tier lad. But
Wow.
yeah, so Pandago I see him occasionally playing Dota every once in a while. He was even streaming a little bit lately. And I just like, yeah, okay, I'll come back and go 5 in the lower division. Sure, why not? So their support duo is fucking Theeban and Pandago. This is literally an NA support duo from like 2014.
Yeah. So who else is on their team? Yuma, Patootie, and Davai
Llama, which I have to say, that's a 10 out of 10 tag, first off. Davai Llama, how good is that?
That's a play
that's
on
one
the...
of the That's
the
in the
Dalai
top
Lama
like 10.
There,
honestly.
That's up there. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And also a Belgian player. Do we have any Belgian Pro Dota 2 players? I don't think so. Actually, I'm looking at that flag like it's Germany turned on its side, sorta. Different order, same colors.
Isn't that every European flag?
Yeah, kind of.
Different colors, different order, different sides. Bunch of lines.
I I'm thinking about it, and I don't think so. But wow, these are some new, I guess, 2 Europeans, 2 Canadians, and Pandagos rocking the USA flag. Pretty exciting. So they qualified alongside. Oh, we don't know yet. So that's going to finish up today. There's still 3 teams left fighting for the final slot for lower division. It's either going to be the Picado squad we mentioned, another no-name squad called Typical NA, and then there's Positively Positive that has JO on it. And then a couple other names I don't recognize.
So much news right now about all these open qualifiers and all the regions and stuff, which is actually why I wanted to talk about it first, because it's all happening right now. Like this morning, there was huge news in Southeast Asia because the open qualifier there, they also have a double open qualifier situation. And the finals, when are they played? Tomorrow, probably. Yeah, they finish out tomorrow. But Team SMG was just knocked out as the last games of the day, I believe. And that is your team that it looks like it's a new org that's trying to form, where they signed Mushi and they kind of built the roster from there. And their lineup was now Mid1, Mushi, Afu, KP, and Nia. I think 666. He's like a pub star guy.
Mm-hmm.
And they just got knocked out by the Ninja Boogie stack.
Wow.
With I forget who's on that team actually, other than Ninja Boogie. Is that the In Your Dream stack as well? Yeah, In Your Dream, idea. Death, Pawn Low, and Ked. So yeah, crazy. I mean, Afu, that's a crazy good team, dude. That could be a tier 1 team.
Yeah.
Aside from Mushi 5. Sorry, Mushi, I'm still not sold on your 5 play, dog. Pretty rough. But as C is a terrifying region to play in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm looking at their. Are they into open qualifier number 2? Do they have a closed qualifier?
No, they just got knocked out of open qualifier number 2.
So is there a closed qualifier?
There is. Well, no, you win the opens.
Theirs is just
the
straight
slots.
open.
Yeah.
Okay, so even across the regions, the format has variance to it.
Yes.
Because in South America and North America, there's open qualifiers. Then that goes into a 4-team closed qualifier, double a limb. Here, you just have 2 opens. That's fucking brutal, dude.
And as chat's mentioning, this story continues because Masaros was removed from Fnatic. He rejoined Motivate Trust Gaming. They built their old lineup. They're the ones that knocked him out of the first qualifier. I was casting those games the other day, and they crushed them. It was really good games for Motivate Trust. Wow. They look super solid. So now they're in the lower division, and most likely it'll be this In Your Dream stack who I would assume wins the second qualifier. And that means that now all those players we just talked about, Mid1 and KP and Mushi, and they don't have a team. There's no way for them to get into lowers, which of course means they can't get the TI because there's no opens at that point, right? You need to be in the lowers or the uppers to qualify for TI now, which means if you're on a team right now, you're shaking your little booties because everyone's going to be thinking, well, I would like me a Mid1. I'd like me a KP, and Fnatic still have not declared their offlane.
Dude, all right. So there's so much to unpack here. But Bully and I, I said this very loudly when Bully and I were casting the closed qualifiers for South America to see those final 2 teams, because that qualifier was earlier than all the others for some reason. Maybe just Dota Pit being organized and ahead of the curve. Who knows? But that is basically your TI open qualifier right there. Yes. That open, getting into lower division, that is just about TI more than anything else, or at least having a chance to get there. And Bowie was kind of like, holy shit, yeah, these might be like the biggest qualifiers ever. I think the real game to be played in this whole DPC season was not this first sprint that we just saw. This was the fucking beta test that didn't really matter as much, right? These teams didn't even make it to the major. Navi, Beastcoast, they're still going to be contenders for TI. The real game is getting onto a team during this roster lock period.
That's why Kyle made his post.
Yeah.
Kyle was ahead of this. Got to give him a lot of credit for that.
Yeah, dude. Sniped it.
Because he put on that post a while ago, looking at the rolls and said, hey, players, hello. Waving his big old Kyle flag. Pay attention. I'm writing a blog. You know it's going to be good.
Dude, 100%. And correct me if I'm wrong. We know for sure there is no further roster swap period without taking a hit to DPC points, right? There's not another one after major before TI, or is there?
As far as we know, no. You would be losing points.
So this is the last time we can trade players, quote, for free.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
So this is big. This is really big. This is chaos time. This is where it just takes one domino to fall and some others start coming into effect because these teams need rosters. And I don't know, What's our final date for these to be locked in for the season?
Hold on, I just found Kyle's thing called "Protect Your Neck." That's what the last one was called. Yeah, I was linking it for everyone in chat. I didn't read it. Sorry, what was your question?
When does this roster window end? What's our
that's
cutoff?
Convenient. As of Tuesday, April 6th at 12 PST, teams in the DPC will no longer be able to drop players before Season 2. As of Sunday, April 11th at 12 PST, if you are not on a team in either Division 1 or Division 2 of the DPC, you are fucked unless,
So that means, so the delineation here is orgs can kick players. That time has ended, but players still can still choose to leave if they want to until the 11th. Is that what that means? Or am I dumb?
That for free. That's what you were saying. For free. That time has passed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So free is closed.
And as of Sunday, April 11th, I believe they need to have their new rosters locked in. So, like, Fnatic will need to have their player by Sunday, April the 11th.
Okay, so now we're in this period where you can still trade, but you do receive a DPC point penalty.
I believe so.
After that period, teams can no longer release players from their roster. Okay, this separation is meant to prevent players from being dropped last minute without giving them a possibility to join a new team. So yeah, to me that means this is a player protection. So it's like a two-way thing where orgs can kick players, but it's not just a hard cutoff of like everybody decide. Players get this special little period where they can still make a move if they want to by choice, I guess. Am I misunderstanding this? This is actually a little bit confusing because that could still happen here. Where it says we don't want players to be dropped last minute, but if you do a swap, like what?
So you could drop until the what is it, the 5th or whatever, until the 6th you were allowed to drop.
Right. Basically
after
open.
that period, teams can no longer release players from their roster. However, teams can still add players if they don't have a full set of 5 up until 12 p.m. PST on the Sunday, 1 week after the season's major concludes, at which point all teams will be considered locked.
So
this separation is meant to prevent players being dropped last minute without giving them a possibility to join a new team.
It's only if you have a gap. So that's okay. That makes sense. So you're
like
Fnatic. Yeah, exactly. You had 5 players. One of your players wants to leave for whatever reason. This deadline passes. You still have a time to scout for players that are available. Okay, got it. Not as confusing as I thought. I'm kind of dumb.
But now I don't. Yeah. After that, then you lose points.
So who does that leave us with? Like which teams do we have in a Fnatic-esque situation that are scouting?
OG are obviously the big one.
Okay.
Everyone assumes it's Ana, obviously, but theoretically they haven't announced, and they're dragging it as long as they can.
So did you catch that weird little teaser thing they did? They made a post on Instagram teasing that their 5th was going to be a League of Legends player.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that just a joke? Was that an intern?
Yeah, this is a joke, dude. Ana's there.
Intern getting fired? Okay.
Come on.
Not a great joke.
It's like, yeah.
Well, they deleted it, so I think that admits
really they deleted it.
Yeah, dude, because it's not a good joke. That's just like stupid misinformation. Like any gotcha that's like you trusted your friend, idiot, is kind of like well.
Well,
okay,
I mean, it's clearly just a leak, though. I don't know how that's deletable. That's like that would be like the equivalent of putting like Gork or a streamer. What's the difference?
No, it's because that's way more. That's way crazy. Like. Taking a League of Legends pro 4 months before TI.
Well, then they should know it's a joke.
Well, I think the presentation...
April Fools, some people are saying?
Yeah, April Fools on April 6th. I think it just doesn't lead to fan goodwill when it's that, like...
Oh, come on.
Well, that's why... Why else would they delete it? Because people are like, oh my God, is this serious? And then they get disappointed when it's like, oh, that was just a lame non-teaser. Like, what's the joke? Just, haha, this was dumb. They could have put like
Dr. Disrespect. It's like the same thing. What's the difference? I don't see how that's deletable. Isn't it so obviously a joke?
Well,
G2 asked them to delete it. Apparently, do you think?
I don't know.
G2 player.
Yeah, I'm not sure who.
The G2 fans freaking out.
Probably. That's what I mean. It's like if you just drop Dr. Disrespect, he might be like, what the fuck? Why am I getting emails about playing Dota? It's OG, dude. They're 2-time TI winners. You're just kind of like fucking around. And there's no real punchline. The joke is just like, haha, this isn't real.
I agree it's not a good joke, but like,
yeah, that's why it's bad. It's just late. It's not like unethical or something. It's just, it's too. And I think what makes it hurt is that it feels too close to real. Like, in theory, League of Legends is a much closer skill set than what Dr. Disrespect has as a streamer, personality, FPS.
Come on.
There's way more overlap. If it's an old player,
the 2-time TI winner team is going to pick up a League of Legends player as their position
no, but
one.
it's still different than Dr. Disrespect, right? That is completely outlandish. The barely is enough that you know how fucking social media is. Barely, that's another 1% of assholes that are blowing up your bullshit, emailing like. It's just why there's no benefit. It's just stupid. It's not, Yeah. I don't understand what the net gain is for it.
Well, clearly, I don't know. I guess it must have worked. We're all talking about it, right? Isn't that the whole point?
Well, I don't know.
Got him. They got us again.
Was there a thread about it or anything? I only saw it because somebody linked it in my Discord. I didn't.
I saw like a tiny thread where everyone knew it was just a stupid joke. So.
Oh, okay.
Some brain power still being used, thankfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's totally gonna be Ana. Let's be real. Nigma, I'm not quite as sure. I don't really. I don't know. I don't have a good read on that one. There's so many people it could be.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say Sumail is still playing in NA. I think Sumail will be the most hype for me. I would love to see Sumail come back.
What about Ramses?
It would be pretty crazy if they were on the same team.
What about Ramses? You don't think he'd be a fit in
He's
the
on
Enigma
Navi,
culture?
dog.
Oh, okay. Let me look at the gaps in CIS. We need what's the list of players? He is selected to Navi.
The list of what?
Like free agents. Like, who are the top free agents? Sumail, Ana.
I think there's questions about. Well, no one's now fully signed to Monaco Gambit, so he's pretty much. Oh, actually, the Monaco Gambit stack is sick.
DR, no one, Afterlife, Immersion, Seneca. It's just old Navi.
That's Dream. Like, that's Dream, no one, Afterlife, Immersion, Seneca.
DR's Dream. Oh shit.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's a really good team.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. That team gets me hyped up, but I also think that Virtus Pro's sick as hell. So.
Yeah, but CIS is like hype as fuck. Like this Navi VP Gambit kind of tricore is goddamn, dude. And
looks like Team Spirit are missing a 4 as well. I didn't know that. Huh.
Oh yeah.
Who was their 4?
I don't know.
Oh, they benched so bad. That's right.
All right, so there's one slot in uppers for CIS. And what about lowers? Anybody missing? Yeah, Empire's missing 2. Hellraisers is missing 1. Bates missing 1. So a couple of Div 2 spots.
Bait. Someone call Cinderin. What rolls it? I mean, he must be the only one they haven't gone through yet.
Dude, bring him in.
All right, Sin, let's go. Kez is already taken. You better pick up what's left.
Dude, they got Watson on the 1, Dendy on the mid. Let's throw Cinderin on the 3. Oh, man, I want to see Cinderin and Watson playing together. That's a match made in heaven right there.
I mean, don't forget the glory that is going to be the EU lower division. You guys think that Arkosh boosted viewership? Wait till you see the EU lower division. It's the best division in the entire DPC. You have a Gork stack with Excalibur playing, with Pablo on the 5. You have Viking GG knocked down to play versus them. You have High Coast Esports down there as well, which is like Era, Zibe, Chessie, Charlie.
Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty hype. Even that Ghost Frogs team, Crystalis, Bornea, Toby, Milan, J4.
Yeah, Toby formerly of Viking GG, obviously. So wait till Toby gets his revenge on Viking GG versus Kezu. Wait till you see how many times he tips them. I'm sure that it's not actually bad blood, but
High Coast Esports, that's like the old kind of Alliance, NIP, Swede Stack, Era, Zibby, Charlie, those guys.
Yeah.
Damn, that Gork team is actually hype as fuck. You're totally right. Gork, Excalibur, Pablo, 5 up. He was on bait. Fuck, man.
Yep.
Fuck, that's awesome.
And then we still have the Hippomaniacs. These guys have been around forever. I love this team.
Oh, yeah. That's the Czech team. Yeah.
I mean, like, their old rosters were so good, too. But this one's also pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. So, no gaps in EU lowers. Okay. Now, what about NA? Do we have any spot for potential players, lowers?
Well,
we still have a qualifier.
Send a salute to our friend. Do you know who's left the region? Are you aware of the news? We've lost a good one.
Who?
We've
lost.
We've lost the king. He's gone.
Snake King?
He's gone, buddy.
Where'd he go?
Shipped him off to Europe.
Well, it's time for the king to rise.
The king's gone to Tundra. It's a pretty sweet stack now. That's going to be a Skiter or Skeeter, whatever you want to call him. 9 on the mid, 3/3 on the 3, Snake King on the 4, and Fada on the 5.
So Snake King's going to Europe to play some Div 1 Dota on the 4.
Yep.
Holy shit, dude. I'm in. Let's go.
Yep.
Let's fucking go.
And, of course, the Smashers, they won. So that means Misery, Ace, they're now in uppers.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Along with the Greek boys, Brame. They played really well, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is going to be a hype DPC season, man. Now that we've set the stage with this LAN Dota, this is hella hype. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Wow. So, and then South America, what do we have? Are there any gaps here? Because there were some small roster changes. Looks like Div 1 is all filled out. And Div 2, looks like we're finished as well. Everything's filled in. So South America got their roster swapping in early. Now, there was a little bit of hopping around. Now, I don't even know if Liquipedia is updated right now, buddy. I don't think FCR is on crewmates anymore.
Oh, dude, there's so much stuff going on with NA and SA, like Dakota saying in chat, too.
Yeah.
NA, like, both of them are, I'm sure, probably aren't fully updated with everything that's happened until we actually get games being played and see who the hell's on what team.
Yeah, we need to, like, do a call-in with Bowie.
Oh,
he
yeah,
can explain
dude.
all of it.
Open up this graphic that Cryptic put. It's so good. Open up the tweet that Dakota put in chat. This thing's 10 out of 10.
All right, hold on here. Let me see this. Oh, shit. Yeah, this is perfect.
Oh, man.
1 second. I'm going to pull it up here.
And then there's a whole nightmare with A-Team. Like, are you aware of this whole A-Team situation, or do I need to explain it to you?
I am not aware, actually.
Oh, buddy.
I am not familiar with what's happening with good old A-Team.
I'll try and find the best resource.
This is quite the flowchart here.
Yeah, so if you can read this, X equals Pepe Hands, a.k.a. the people who didn't land on a team right now.
Okay.
So Frugos is done, AMB, Bloody Sky, Bika. So basically what happened is that Wind and Rain get DQ'd, and that caused that team to implode. Zabo was the leader of A-Team. He was the owner, so he gets to kick people. Okay? And he gets to control the org. He can literally remove 4 players and add anyone he wants and keep their spot, right? Okay. That's how it works?
Gotcha, yes.
So now they did get knocked down to lowers, keep in mind.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, God.
So he killed 3 of them, and Steel stayed. They're all very mad. And then with Wind and Rain's DQ, he brought in these guys. So he got Sword and Yol and Sate. You also had all kinds of Reddit threads about supposed match fixing in a German league lately. So that's also being investigated by ESL, allegedly. Very exciting stuff.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah. And also, yes, that is Yol, as in, like, motherfucking rocks Yol. Like, Virtus Pro Yol, 2015.
Wow.
Dream League 3 Season 1 champion. You know?
Yeah, no, totally. Okay.
And now he's on A-Team. Imagine hearing that last season.
So,
oh, I know who they'll get. Yol.
So this is a...
Why don't they just pick Yol up?
So this is what you meant, though, when you said, like, the team rules really aren't calibrated for these 5-man stacks. It's calibrated for team orgs that own the slot, and then they have this, like, kind of contract infrastructure, buyout clauses, all these different factors in place that prevent it from just being chaos. But when it's just 5 dudes that have the spot and the fucking captain's the one that registered the team because he woke up earlier that day, he ends up with a crazy disproportionate amount of power that can be flexed in a situation like this that is basically TI qualifiers. Fuck, dude. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
no.
pretty insane.
Oh. All right.
So then you had the weird thing where with Sad Boys, we had PPD and DNM leave, right? And that's what made Pentes. And then that, of course, is what Snake King then left. And then that's why those have all now rejoined to form our second season.
Right.
Are they called Sad Boys again, I think? I don't even know. I think they are. It's all so
it's
confusing.
Div 1, right? Yeah,
they're called Sad Boys again.
Yes.
So it's Fear, Monster, Z freaking Moo. Are they going to be called Pentes? Dakota, do you know? They're listed as Sad Boys right now on Liquipedia.
But as we said, I kind of want to just lurk in the Liquipedia Discord right now. You know, like that emote with the two eyes. Like, it's probably fucking chaos.
Yeah, it's probably such a nightmare.
I feel bad for him.
This is so fun to read. I'm not going to lie. I'm thoroughly enjoying this podcast right now, guys. What a nightmare. You're a sucker if you're not the owner of a team. Also,
yeah, seriously.
So that means, remember you were talking to EE about what he was going to do for next season? He wouldn't join Division 2. Isn't that what he said? Now he's playing Division 1?
Well, so it started as I asked him if he would ever consider playing for Archon, kind of...
Arkosh, you mean?
Yes, Arkosh, rather. Probing mostly about the concept of, like, do you want to be a professional wrestler Dota player? But he took it as, like, Division 2? Never would I consider, you idiot. Just, like, very... he was almost offended that I would imply Div 2 was at his standard. So, yeah, I'm glad to see he's made the cut here. He's playing with Jubei. Good old Jubei. That'll be fun.
Oh, my God, dude. There's too much Dota. There's so much good Dota this season. This season, I can't believe how excited I am for it. And every region I look at, I just want to watch every matchup. Whereas that was not the case last season.
Yes. No, I agree totally. Trent, real quick, I got to take a live aside here. Sorry, podcast listeners. I just noticed that Thunder Awaken GG followed us on Twitch. That is Thunder Predator. That's their social media person. Hello and welcome. I've sent you a couple DMs. I want Moose on Sad PP like yesterday, man. So let's make it happen. I want to talk to your players about post-major. Y'all are ignoring my messages. I assume you've been traveling. It's all good, but hook me up.
How dare you?
Hook me up, man. I want to talk to Moose. I want to talk about this amazing foreplay. Trent has a lot of Earth Spirit questions that he's got to get off his chest here. Give us Moose. All right, back to the podcast. You got to shill, man.
Shout out to your success, by the way. Way to go, Thunder Predator. Made the region proud. No doubt. Quality stuff.
Yeah. So no, you're right though. This is like actually hype, and even like some of these teams, like it's cool in season 1, like the cut, for example. Like, hey, little Nick's playing. Go, come on, guys. Scourge McDuck, you guys are awesome. We're all cheering for you. Now we're kind of like, we know these guys. You know, they're upper division. Like they've got a little storyline, and it's like, okay, now this is actually hype. I'm not just cheering for the underdog. I want to see how these guys fucking square up with the big boys. Are like, could they eventually be another contender in NA if you give them another season or two to keep practicing against these teams? These are the budding storylines that make the DPC so exciting, man.
Yes. Now, of course, as someone asked me in my chat yesterday when I was streaming, they said I was looking at the talent announcement for Dream League, and someone, I said, oh, nice. That, hopefully Fog will make it this time, because obviously he couldn't make it last time because of COVID. And someone said, but then how will he play his Arkosh games? Aren't they still in lowered? And they were definitely 100% serious, which is a fair question. I mean, conveniently, Fogged and BSJ didn't make it. I'm just saying, very convenient. Do you think Fogged will make it this time? No, honestly, Fogged's definitely not in Arkosh. I'm chill with Fog. BSJ, I don't know. Him and that PL build, him and Pale Horse, they got some similarities.
That Pale Horse, yeah. Some banana
that
vibes.
I'm a little more sold on.
Yeah. And like, dude, even just talking about hype for this next season, like, I'm even a little more excited for China now. There's not enough hours in the day. It's hard, you got to pick your poison a little bit. Covering one region entirely means you got to sacrifice hours in others. But I've at least got a little bit of a handle on IG and what they're up to. I watched a couple PSG LGD games. Like, I at least have a little bit of context for what's happening in China. Not a lot, but now I can look at the standings at the very least and have some framing of, is this an upset? Is this interesting? What are we doing here?
Yeah, I was very impressed by IG though. Overall, because I wasn't that hot on them, even though they were coming in as like the winners, like the leaders of their region. I didn't think that it would go that well for them, but they killed it. Absolutely crushed it.
Very solid.
Very impressive stuff.
Yeah. Just crisp gameplay. Maybe we should talk about the major itself, though.
Most likely.
Any other roster updates you want to throw out there? I mean, this is one of those. By a week from now,
gonna keep growing.
We're gonna have a lot more. So
yeah.
Not meant to be inclusive. But were there any? I'm looking back at South America, and in the upper division, I don't think we had too many crazy roster swaps. It's actually
someone messaged me to say that Mr. Jeans is officially on Hokori.
So that's exciting.
That's cool. Yep.
Yeah, that adds a little +1. Infinity, they've still got PP. Okay, little boy Pamplona. We saw HFN playing with no ping already, so that doesn't really feel like a change, but that's now been made official.
Right. Yep.
And I think SG, Thunder Predator, and Beastcoast will all remain intact, as well as Infamous. So pretty exciting. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's looking solid.
It's a nice balance. Mr. Jeans left, but we mentioned that.
We'll see what the wildcards and stuff solutions will be for the next major too. Who knows? Will it be the same? Will it not be?
So yeah, that's one thing. A lot of people said, are slots going to change based on the major? And the answer is no. I think Valve said in one of the blog posts they're not changing slots like in the middle of a season. They'll change.
Did they? I don't think that was confirmed, was it?
Somebody linked me something that was in one of them that said they're not going to change it. That was in the original DPC post.
Oh, really?
I think so. That region slots will stay consistent within the season. So I don't think that's going to change, but changing wildcard slots, that absolutely could change. And we're seeing one slot per region, that it might be time, dude. It might actually be time. What do you think?
I mean, I think wildcards are definitely doable. I think it's all very complicated and annoying with like the COVID situation with like how fast you have to ram the event through. Because that made the wildcards pretty stupid. That literally they're there for like one day.
Right.
And they played 8 games, 2 days in a row. That's like the dumbest thing ever. That's not pro Dota. Like this major was not played at a competitive integrity. If you designed this tournament with no restrictions because you just felt like it, no one would take this tournament seriously. Like, I know. They made us land and play 16 games in 2 days, and then the guys who came fourth played 2 best-of-3s.
Correct. Yes. Correct. The 4 best-of-3
or 2 best-of-3s. Sorry.
Crazy scheduling thing. Yeah, that was only because of COVID was there not outrage about that. But the format had a lot of issues regarding that. And just, not having proper training conditions without like unlimited access to practice PCs, and plus having to land and then play very quickly, like you're still dealing with jet lag. Like I talked to Leo Style, I think when they had finished the group stage, so it was before the playoffs started, so I guess you're guaranteed top 12s, that really scary part still where all the eyeballs are on you but you haven't actually placed into the money yet. And I sent him a message like 2 days before that, just like a good luck whatever, and then he said he finally responded and said, hey, I don't know what happened, but I finally have access to Discord now, my internet's working. It's like, your internet's working? What the fuck? What have you been doing for 2 days? Like, you don't have internet. He's just like, well, I had some internet, but like Discord and email and like a lot of stuff isn't working the way it's supposed to, but now it is. So I was chatting with him a little bit, and then I looked at the time, and it's like maybe 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Singapore time. I'm like, Jesus, dude, like, don't stay up to talk to me. Like, it's late over there or early or whatever. He was like,
dude,
I slept for 5 hours. I'm good. I don't think I can sleep anymore. I'm just like, Jesus, dude, you guys are still jet lagged as fuck. This is brutal.
Yeah, I was streaming like replays and stuff, and I had all kinds of players and talent from Singapore at the chat. I'm just like, what are you guys doing? Like, go to Quinn's just in chat, and it's like, we played 9 a.m. yesterday, and now we play 9 p.m. today. So that's great.
Yeah, it's
like, sorry, bud.
Zombie status. I think I was there that one day when Quinn was in there. So brutal stuff. And also knowing that you can't just like, normally it's either 24 or like close to 24-hour access to computers to play on. So if you're truly jet lagged, you can at least like watch replays, maybe play pubs, just use the internet. Yeah. Oh God. But all that said, the major itself did end up being pretty fucking hype, man. That despite all that, it's like we were so hungry and so eager to see cross-regional Dota again that despite all the difficulties and the format challenges and every brutal aspect about it, the actual Dota was still fucking amazing Dota.
Yeah, it was very good, Dota.
I mean,
extremely. Every game that I watched was good. I kind of just want to go back and watch it all, but it's also like the patch is ending. It's it's the amount of content that we make in a major is so insane. You know what I mean? If you're not on that timeline, you can't actually watch the whole thing because there's just so many hours.
Yeah,
it's unreal.
Well, and especially
exciting.
As we've gone back to the crunched nature of this schedule, this was multi-stream madness. For as much anything that could be multi-streamed was multi-streamed. Shout out to the boys, Mike LaPhoenix and Johnny Xfire, dude. They killed it, dude. To me, they were the real standout performers of this major. And I don't mean that to take away from any of the normal talent that did an amazing job, but these are two guys that have been on the grind for fucking ever. I get some Bkop vibes a little bit in terms of the hours logged and now the quality of their commentary. And a little similar to you and I, man, I think they know each other so well that the value of their duo is greater than the sum of its parts because they like, really know each other. Yeah.
Right? Those two. How well they've been doing.
So it was just awesome to see them slay it, get a lot of viewers on the B stream, and it was fun. I was hanging out. I was chilling in the Twitch chat a little bit, and then I guess they got some coverage later on, like during the main event, and I don't know, man. That's awesome to see. Real happy for him.
Yeah, that was I also, in terms of production, second most watched major ever, I believe. Silvio tweeted. Big boss man of PGL said the first most watched was Kiev. Which of course leads us into our next discussion, but we'll get that after. In terms of that, but finals day, I watched the only thing I watched like fully and completely was the grand final, going through all 5 games. Very entertaining grand final, absolutely ridiculous. In terms of like the final day stuff, I peeked through some of the stuff from LGD and IG, which were really interesting. But IG, I think, even should have won game 2. I think with their heroes too. So I think IG were super strong. Coming into the grand final. So being down 2-0 was pretty crazy. But, this is actually the first reverse sweep in any Valve major or TI.
Wow. Really?
It's never happened before. Yeah.
That's
we've
incredible.
had 3-1s plenty and stuff. But
a lot of blowouts for sure. No, that's incredible.
And what's funny about that, though, is that means EG won 4 games straight versus them, right? Because they beat them 2-0 in the uppers. And then they won the first 2 games.
Yeah. You're right.
And then,
That's wild.
No, I'm talking about the lower bracket final poodles. I'm not talking about the grand finals.
Yeah, that's
so
wild.
So EG won the major. They won 4-3, as Dakota said.
Yeah. I definitely biasly watched Quincy Crew and Thunder Predator disproportionately. Those are the 2 teams I really had my eye on. A little regional bias, and I could not completely invert my sleep schedule and watch all of it, nor was I able to watch the multi-streams and digest what was happening. So I missed a lot of like the Neon action. Obviously, they were another big standout performer. I did not watch most of those games, and I actually didn't watch that many of the secret matches either, even though everyone told me they were pretty fantastic series.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Dakota, when you guys start the NA DPC, could you guys do can you guys Photoshop like a parade, like the Tampa Bay like Super Bowl parade, but just have it as EG and have 4-3, maybe have some party poppers go off, congratulate them for winning the major. I think that's how the show should open, personally.
I hope that gets mistranslated and posted on the Chinese forums, and they think that we're just like so confused and actually celebrating. They don't get the sarcasm.
Did you see the EG Weibo post? That thing was that was like one of the funniest social media posts I've seen in a while. It was 10 out of 10. I have to find it actually. Oh, here we go. Weibo of EG yesterday.
I missed it.
Here's the Reddit thread. But yeah, basically their Weibo posted and the rough translation was that here are the patch notes that we're hoping for. Black Hole can work on Supernova, which of course was Ice Black Hole the egg like 4 times. I hope the major final can be changed to a best of 3. The public question mark becomes censored, basically. Yeah. If you choose the same hero continuously, you get to inherit some of the attributes. That one was really funny because they played Abed Storm all 5 games and then changed the default avatar of Steam because, of course, it's a question mark. That's a really good post.
That's
very
high
impressive.
Quality. See, now, like, compare that to the OG League of Legends thing, dude. This is like a 95 out of 100, and the League of Legends thing is like a 2 out of 100. You know, like that. This is the spectrum we exist on in terms of content that actually has a punchline to it. This is funny. This is good. This takes a dig at yourself in a way that is humorous. I love it. Shout out to EG, dude. Whoever came up with this, crushing it.
Whoever has a full... I wonder how many other orgs have a full China social media roster like this. Because that seems like a super solid investment.
I agree. That's about... I mean, Secret. I think Secret is on the pulse of that.
Yeah, Secret definitely do.
I think they were very quick to realize the value of, hey, Chinese streaming platforms and betting companies really love this Western thing that we've got going on here. And if we just engage with them a little bit, a little can go a long way. Kind of think of it our way. You know, remember when Chuan, I think it was IG back in the day at Summit 2, when it was that, like, kind of dick-waving contest to see who was going to get the redemption vote, and IG like started mass buying compendiums, and they did the fan goal where they would all wear maid outfits. Like, that little bit of engagement with the English community went a long way, right? Doing something visual that's kind of universal, like that shit blew up on Reddit. That was meme central. I think Chuan, in terms of like global notoriety, definitely like took a little bump after that one.
Yeah, and Secret have done the same thing in like the C region. They're like very heavily invested in C. They do a very good job of that.
That's smart. Very smart.
Yeah. But super good major. Sucks for NA, obviously, but super great performance nonetheless from EG. They got past third. You know, once they won that upper bracket final, I was like, oh damn, this looks good. I felt pretty good about my predictions overall, other than Virtus Pro, obviously. That one was pretty crushing. But, you know, they obviously weren't coming into it with the best stuff, maybe, with like their illness and stuff. But I thought that that team was going to do extremely well. I put them on the same level as Team Secret.
I was a little disappointed by Team Liquid, I think. I had pegged them to go a little bit further. They were 5th in the groups, and then they were just eliminated by Vici straight up immediately in the bracket 2-0. I think I watched a little bit of those, and they were pretty convincing. It was Shadow Shaman versus Puck, both games. Vici had the Shadow Shaman. Not fun, you know? Like, it just... As a Liquid fan, it was not fun to watch them get eliminated that way.
Oh, I have some issues here as well, actually. In terms of heroes. Now, Lion popped off this major, and I was chilling in Cap's stream a couple times, like usually like either when I first woke up or right before I was going to bed, because I'm like exact opposite of this time zone pretty much.
I had intended to do a little more. I only popped in on like 1 or 2 days.
Yeah, we were pretty big Lion haters, obviously, especially at first. But the thing about Lion is it's just like pubs. It's like Wind Ranger. Like, if you're good at the hero and you can like really pop off, there's just so many times you're useless. But Kaka played incredibly well in the Lion. He got a ton of love, especially in the grand finals. But I am upset. I'm very angry that I can't believe I read all this stuff about the grand final when I woke up, right? And about IG, this big win. All I read about was Kaka Lion, all right, or Emos question mark. Do you guys know what happened in that best of 5? Do you know what happened in game 3? They gave Ollie Phoenix. What happened in game 4? They gave Ollie Phoenix. Yeah, in game 5, they gave Ollie motherfucking Phoenix. Do you guys watch this guy play Phoenix? That was the best Phoenix performance I've ever seen in my life. I didn't see a single Reddit comment about it. I couldn't believe it. I noticed it in like game 3, like halfway through. I was like, man, Ollie's been playing this Phoenix really well.
AoE percentage healing is just not sexy. It's so game winning, but
no,
like
his eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how many eggs? He literally never put an egg next to another hero. The eggs were so perfectly placed where I think 1 egg died. And when that egg died, it cost him 3 heroes.
That's the problem. You see, like, he's so good at min-maxing it that you don't even see the egg in the camera because it's so far away from the action but still hitting stuns. And you just see these stuns come back. You're like, wait, what?
Like,
oh, my God.
He so unbelievably crushed that final. It was unbelievable. And it was first picked every single game. Yeah, to me, that was by far the most important thing.
That hero's insane, dude.
Was that Phoenix from him? Just unreal.
So, any thoughts about the Abed Storm meme, whatever you want to call it, 5 games in a row? How do I frame this question with the right amount of bias? Like, is it ever objectively good to do that? Like, he's really good at Storm, but you're in game 5. It's like, at a certain point, isn't it just like they clearly get it? They know what to do against it?
I'll give you my explanation for what I said to stream because people were asking the same question. So I said that when you play Storm, I said you're playing melee, okay? Because and then when you're playing other mid heroes, you're playing like Smash Ultimate or something. All right. When you play Storm, you have options. All right. You have no cooldowns. You have no terrain that gets in your way, and you have different itemizations that you can go for based on what your team needs. And you don't have any limits. You're unbound. Okay. So you can make the things happen that your team needs to happen. Okay. So they also were picking it relatively early most times, especially like near the like kind of the middle of the series and going later on. It gives Abed a good state to start the game in because there's not really like super bad matchups for Storm right now. He's gonna be fine. He can jungle and stuff, and Abed is needing to create these moments where they can leave that flexibility, and the other heroes open for Artesian Ice Ice Ice. So in that sense, it's a very sacrificial pick in a lot of ways. But he just has like freedom when he plays this hero, and I think you want to give Abed that freedom.
So you think Storm is just kind of like not exactly blank canvas, but kind of blank canvas enough that you can pick it early. It always has options. So you can leverage the predictability by opening up for the other cores in other ways. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the ratio of predictability to what the hero is going to do and stuff to the like ability to beat it in the lane is high enough that it's still worth going for.
See, but what about like the mid Nature's Prophet, for example? Like, aren't there a couple other heroes that still fit into that framework you described that aren't literally 100% Storm picks? You know,
I think Storm's better in that role though, unless you're like going for something crazy like rushing down fast or something.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't have all the drafts in front of me or whatever, so I just kind of just threw a hero out there. I'm just saying that there's, I don't know. While I agree generally, it'd be interesting to go back and look at the drafts and see if you could argue any other heroes that fit kind of a similar framework but aren't exactly Storm. And maybe not. Maybe you're right. That's just the way it ended up going down. But yeah, I agree about the Phoenix, though. And a lot of Void Spirit as well. They got Void Spirit in 3 out of the 5 games there for IG. 2 of them were wins.
The drafting was tough. I think the second phase bans from IG, I noted every single time, were so good. They just always eliminated the Jug for the Phoenix, and then the Timbersaw and the Tide, especially the Tide a lot of the time, too, which just, like, it took away that that flexibility option that they'd have for flexing it between Fly and Ice Ice Ice, which was really useful. Because this like support Tide is really frustrating to play against.
Can I also say I love that Puck was banned, I think, in the entirety of the series. It almost makes me mad when teams don't ban Puck right now. Like when they
of course.
How many free wins did Thunder Predator get because teams didn't respect how good Puck is in the hands of Leo style, and that they can flex it onto support like literally no problem. They'll play Puck back-to-back games on 2 and then 4 without batting an eye. Why? Like, just ban that fucking hero. I really think Puck is in. It's like Puck Phoenix are kind of my big 2 of like just kind of definitively meta busted heroes right now. Why are we letting them through like this? I know there's a couple others, right? Wisp is up there, and there's like, but like Puck in particular, he's so flexible. Come on, man.
I'm looking through their games right now, and so far I'm seeing Thunder Predator win every single game they had Puck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even DP. Yeah. DP's great. I still think I'd rather Puck be banned because it's just harder to deal with.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they won every single game they had Puck. Not surprising, I guess. Puck obviously going to get destroyed. Likely Io as well. That was the other big hero of the tournament, of course. Carry Wisp is, I don't know what the answer is, but it's in trouble.
Yes. God, this fucking hero, dude. I don't know. Wisp is so cool and so iconic. I know the Frog is going to find a way to bring him back down without totally breaking him, but fuck, dude. Wisp is in an odd spot. We saw it a little bit in South America in the qualifiers, too, and it's dirty, man. It's not even that hard either, which is what's so crazy about it.
Yeah.
It's like in your head, like kind of in pubs, you see people fail with it if you're at a lower bracket, and it's easy to misjudge it. Even in the qualifiers, we saw a team fail with it, and it looks really bad. But I think relative to how strong it is, it's not that hard.
For my favorite current stat site right now, by Leah, is currently this one, Singapore Major. They do an excellent job with all the stats and stuff. So this is the roundup and the summary of the Singapore Major. If you guys want to look through it. Very cool. We'll just give you like some general stats and stuff. And then like some of the like most matches played, highest win rate. Thunder Predator had the highest win rate, 74%. Nice.
Wow.
VG had the widest hero pool, despite getting knocked out relatively early as well, of 54. Which is kind of, so I guess not that early, but kind of early. Like what, second round in the playoffs? Player with the widest hero pool was Faith Beyond, who played 16 different heroes. Player with the smallest hero pool? No, that can't be real. Did Abed actually only play 3 heroes in the entire major? What the fuck?
Has to be. Has to be.
That can't be real.
Yeah, look at his latest match. Oh no, look at his latest matches. Storm Spirit, Void Spirit, Puck. That's all he played.
Holy shit. I actually did not notice that. Man, see, this is why go Leah. That's actually, I mean, I guess they started in the uppers. That's still kind of hilarious, though, because the PA thing is just a bugged replay.
Yes, exactly. That's not.
So he played 1 game of Void Spirit, 3 games of Puck,
and then
it's 6 games of Storm. Holy shit.
That's honestly incredible.
And Weehaw gets hated. How did Abed get away with this? Wow, that's pretty crazy. Again, though, they started in the uppers, so it's not that surprising, I guess, but 3's still pretty low.
So what is hero diversity then? I don't understand what that means. 61% of what?
Oh, that's a good question. That one, that might be by games played. Like, overall he played. No, that can't be right. I'm not sure actually about that one. That might be weird. Like their total career. I'm not actually sure. Because if it was unique heroes the game played, I think it would be Faith Beyond though.
Yeah, exactly. 61
is
low.
the most unique. The only thing is that if he played more or less games, maybe. So, because didn't Faith Beyond not even play that many matches? Because they started on the group stage.
I mean, that chart right below is actually kind of interesting. Like sorting by matches played. That's actually kind of neat.
Yeah. And then, of course, at the top, you can also go into all of these things at the top of the screen, like the records, the heroes, and all this stuff is also just for this major, too. And you can do the same thing. She also has one, or they also have one, where they've combined the whole league and major together. And
I see.
We have heroes, too.
Fnatic only played 5 matches.
Yeah, that's weird, eh?
How
LGD played 35. How many did Neon play? 23. Yeah.
Wow.
I guess that makes sense. So yeah, so it was per game played because Faith Beyond played 16 different heroes in 35 games, whereas
okay.
Even though he only played 23 matches, he played a higher percentage of individual heroes. Look at that. Stats working.
That makes sense.
So
well done.
I didn't think that could be the case because of the match difference, but they just played that many fewer.
Yeah, you don't realize how wide it is. Like this graph's blowing my mind. LGD played 35 matches. Fnatic played 5.
They were the wild card.
VP played 7. Exactly. Vici played 32. Liquid played 27. Thunder Predator only played 23.
Stupid to look at, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like 35 matches.
Doesn't that put it into context? I mean, yes, wildcard is designed to be the schleb to make the run, but I don't know, dude.
Honestly,
maybe winning the league is a little too much. It's a little
broken.
Like maybe you should be like further in the group stage or something, but like straight upper bracket in the playoffs is.
I mean, this is why there shouldn't be DPC points at that level. Like Fnatic should not have earned DPC points, right? Should they have earned cash? I mean, that's a fair question. They played 5 games. How do you balance that?
So yeah, they did not get DPC points or cash. They were in the 9th to 12th category.
But then compare that to someone like Liquid who played 27 games and came in the same placing as Fnatic, and they went there and didn't do anything.
Yes, I agree. Especially since Fnatic was a 20% win rate. They went 1-5, dude.
So in the end, should they just buff the cash you get for the leagues? Is that the answer? And then we're more okay with this performance cash thing at the major?
That's that is a potential solution. I think that helps. I think the major just needs to like
that table is like blowing my mind right now.
Exactly.
It's so good actually.
It's like the major needs to go a little deeper, and then I think we just need to really think about the calibration of what placing first in the league actually means, especially when it could come down to like a single match. Right, like we saw some of those like best of one kind of tiebreaker type scenarios, or it's like it's the difference of one series. That is a crazy big implication for just like, all right, here you go. you're in the upper part of the playoffs now, on a 3-phase tournament. Yeah, looking at that, it feels like too big of a reward. I'm not going to lie. But maybe...
Again, as we point out several times, this would never actually happen as a format if it wasn't for COVID.
Yeah, well, and maybe this feels particularly bad because we got to remember 2 of the teams that should have been directly seeded there were not there, right? Navi and... Well, I guess Navi wouldn't have been directly seeded, but Beastcoast would have been. So, that does shift this a little bit, where a team had to do a longer grind where it would have maybe looked a little more balanced on this breakdown. But
no, then they would have had to play more games and there'd be less results. It would have been worse because we'd have more teams at the bottom of the graph who played less games because they started in the upper bracket.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess I would say like
even uglier.
Well, sort of Fnatic would feel a little bit
Fanatics.
less like an outlier, but yes, exactly. There
Oh,
would be
yes,
more
that's what you're
Fanatics.
saying. Yeah.
So we're saying the same thing, but framing it from a totally different lens. But what about the bottom? This is actually an amazing breakdown. I kind of want to just keep looking at this.
Yeah, man, it's God tier. This is my favorite site by far. I love how quick it is. I use this all DPC.
Drafting Phoenix was the high. Wait, what is this broken down by?
Where are you at?
I'm at draft now, right below that last chart.
So this is the ranking. So this goes by the contest rate versus the win rate and stuff. So it's basically it has a formula for how well the hero performs and how often it was prioritized in the draft. The same thing was used in the league, and Phoenix was always near the top 2. It can actually detect sleeper heroes in a sense.
Yes, no, I like
cool.
this. This is almost like a pound for pound type ranking.
Yeah.
So Phoenix number 1, love it. Timbersaw, I do you agree with it? I kind of do. I think
because of the bans. I mean, it's just like IO, right? 88 bans for Timber, only 23 picks, 19 picks for IO, 107 bans.
Yeah, I'm God, dude, I love this so much. Little known fact, I had reached out to a developer. I wanted to make a thing just like this chart that was like a formula that ranked heroes in Dota meta real time, just like this. Y'all beat me to it. This is amazing. Oh.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm surprised to see Timbersaw that high, but it does make sense. I didn't quite realize how prolific he was. I would have put Puck. I would have done Phoenix, Puck, and then Wisp, Timber probably if I were just mental mathing it. So this is
here's their Twitter.
Close.
It's 10 out of 10. Gives you all kinds of updates on the sites if you guys want to follow. Big recommend. Only 602 followers for the best stat site in Dota. Hello.
Wow. So. And look at Spectre. Here's a weird one. Ends up ranking really high, and that's because of an insane win rate. So that's funny. When I was working on this formula, the percentages or the low samples really fuck it up.
Yes, for sure.
5 games of 100% win rate makes them seem really strong. And when we gave up on the project, we were trying to find a fix to that with these coefficients that would normalize it.
Axe is a bit of a surprise for Heroes Uncontested, I think. Out of all, and Lich a little bit. Lich is definitely a solid second phase pick still. When you need a 5.
Yeah, I'm Axe on the pro level. He feels a little predictable, but Lich is the real standout to me. That hero, what's wrong with him? His shield is great for mitigating damage. He's got slows. He's got big damage.
We have a lot of flex 5s right now. That's his biggest problem.
Okay, still to be uncontested though. That's harsh.
I mean, he's never gonna get banned. To be fair, right?
Well, okay, yeah.
So he's only going to show up if he gets picked.
I just thought there'd be situations where they want a Grimstroke-esque hero to buff somebody up, and for whatever reason they can't get it, and then it's popping the shield on somebody is a really great enabler on certain heroes, like Bloodseeker, Weaver, a lot of off-lane combos, like the old Lich Doom, if Doom was a hero.
God, this site is so good. And then you have the whole draft, too, of stage 1 picks and bans. Very important information. How often the hero won when it was picked first phase.
Yeah, that's pretty fascinating.
And this is probably win rate by ban as well, which is just kind of a silly stat, but it's usually included anyway on most sites. So, if you banned Phoenix in the first phase, you had a 64% chance win rate.
So, stage 1 picks, Puck, Death Prophet, Tusk, Phoenix, Earth Spirit. Makes perfect sense. Flexible heroes, all super strong, high impact. I'm surprised Earth Spirit's win rate was 48%, but I think he suffers from the everybody plays him because he feels like that super safe opener, doesn't reveal much, sets up
kind
with
of
everybody.
same with Tusk. I think Tusk is probably, in my opinion, slightly changed throughout the major. I think Tusk might have been slightly better than Earth Spirit.
Yeah,
probably the best 4 in the patch right now.
They're like right there. They're kind of neck and neck. But you're right. More games played and slightly higher win rate. I'll buy it. Tusk. And
then you have even the position breakdown too of how well the lanes all went based on the hero and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Mars up there, and Mars Beastmaster Pango, top of the off laners. I think poor Timber suffered from the ban effect, so we didn't actually get to see him shine in all of his glory. But and then mid lane, dude, the spirits are in. Void Spirit, Puck, Death Prophet, Storm Spirit, Ember, the big 5.
They have it as listed as Game 7, actually, in IG versus EG for the last match. It's probably just a bug because of the series or whatever, but that's actually hilarious.
That is really funny.
This confirms that EG won Game 7.
There you go, Dakota. Screenshot this. This can be your source. Just like, guys, I mean, it's right here.
It said there was Game 7. It didn't matter if we won the first 4. We still played the other 3 for DPC points, sure.
And also interesting, the support in the safe lane, the 5s. Some predictables, but one stands out to me, man. The Elder Titan. Wowza.
I don't know why he wasn't picked more, to be honest. I think that hero's busted.
Yeah. On the pro level, he is next level. Phoenix, Abaddon, Oracle, ET, and Death Prophet, your top 5 position 5s. And the big 5 on the 4, it's Tusk, Earth Spirit, Lion, Phoenix, and Shadow Shum. Pains me to see Lion so high up there, but I get it. There
was no diversity in the 4 role in this tournament. Like, how many Rubiks do you remember seeing?
Oh, poor Rubik.
Yeah, it was not a whole lot. I mean, you go to like the lowest pick matches, and I feel like it was like some of the 4s that we like tend to see and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Tiny had what? 13 picks. Sorry, 13 mentions, not even picks.
That's a little sad.
He was actually banned 6 times. He was picked 7 times. So,
but our buddy Necrophos did get picked, huh? He wasn't in that uncontested category. So
yes, he won. He won his game actually. He had 100% win rate at the major.
Mid or what was the position for old Necro?
It was off lane, I believe.
Oh.
And it was even like a 10th pick or something. I remember looking up the game.
That makes me want to queue up a Necro game right now, buddy. Oh God, I miss Necro so much.
I forget who played it, actually.
I wish I could go back in time to when talents were dropped and he had like plus 70 damage at level 10. I don't know why he had that. It was so fucking busted. I wish I could just get in my teleporter and go back to the good old Necro days, dude. Back when the Ags made it like a 60-second cooldown on your ultimate. Busted. Yep. Busted. I won so many pubs for no reason other than it was busted. This is a good stat, though, Trent. You want to take a guess on total creeps murdered for the whole major? Can you get the order of magnitude?
Ooh. Holy shit. That's
Twitch
so
chat,
cool.
You want to guess? If anybody can guess within 1,000, I'll give you a cookie.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to chat in case someone's cheating. Let me think.
Total creeps murdered at the entire major.
Can I know matches played, or is that cheating? That's kind of cheating.
You can, but it's going to take me a second here. Total matches, 135.
Okay, 135. Let me do my calculator here. Hold on.
Yep, that's fine. You can use a calculator as long as they're your numbers. That's fine. We got some wild numbers here.
I'm ready.
Chat. All right.
Can I guess?
Yeah, throw it out there. What do you got?
109,000.
Okay, you're in the neighborhood, but not quite. So, big reveal here, folks. 275,401 creeps. So now, remember, I think this count, it's just total creeps murdered. So I think it's creeps killing each other as lanes are pushing to towers as well.
Damn it.
So,
I was doing just last hits.
Okay, so you were in the realm then, though. That's a good calibrator if you're thinking just hero last hits. I don't know what percentage of last hits get missed throughout a game as lanes get pushed. It's probably more than you think.
That makes more sense. Yeah, because I was thinking there's about 800 last hits total per game. It's like 400 and plus per team. It's more like 900.
Yeah,
I guess.
So that's pretty cool, though. And it was a 51.8% win rate for Radiant and 48.1% for Dire. So Radiant actually
balanced.
The favorable side ever so slightly, but yeah, not bad.
The classic. I don't think Dire's ever been more favorable on a tournament. I'd be very surprised to find that.
Dude, these total stats are badass. Total couriers killed, total wards destroyed. I love these perspective figures. We don't have to play guessing games for all of them, but do you remember how many rampages there were this tournament?
7.
3. Only 3. That's a good guess, though. Wow. 475 couriers killed, 265 Roshans. Oh, I'm sorry. 1,600 couriers killed. I had the wrong line there. 1,600 couriers killed. Wow.
That makes more sense.
Anyway, pretty exciting. Pretty exciting
Wait,
stuff.
1,600. There was only 135 matches?
No, I read that wrong again. I can't. Oh,
it can't be right.
Sorry, it says my monitors are misaligned. Yeah, I did have it right. The 160 number was total courier.
That makes more sense.
1,600.
Can you imagine?
1,600 observers destroyed, 473 couriers killed, 265 Roshans. Sorry, I had my columns.
That must be
up.
Observers dying too. Poor Scriff and weapons.
Yeah. So as for reference, it says 4,500 wards planted. So it's like about a third of wards get destroyed.
Cool.
Does that sound about right for observers? Not sentries.
Yes.
A third of observers get dewarded. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
In a pro game for sure.
That's a cool stat. Like if you had asked me that though, like what percentage of wards are dewarded at the pro level? I don't know, half. That's pretty cool.
Dude, these pages are insane. Look at this one, guys. If you go to participants, you can go by the team. It'll tell you their favorite pairings that they did. Do you know how useful this would be in a draft? This basically speeds up your Dota buffing.
Yo, Spectral, you guys need to call, who is it, SAP and their stupid little prediction robot. Yeah, you guys need to sell them some IP here. I think you're onto something. You guys need to get in talks pronto. Get some of that IPO buyout money. This is badass as hell, dude.
Yeah, this site's so good. 10 out of 10. Big plus. I need to donate or something.
Wow. Dude, this is my new tool right here. This next season of DPC is going to be awesome.
Do you take PayPal?
I can't. Do you guys take Bitcoin? I'm ready to donate. How many Litecoins? Wow. I love for IG, all of their pairings are just Lion Plus. Here's another good one. Look at Fnatic. It just says favorite pairings, none. You lost too many games. There's not enough data to indicate any correlation of your pick pairings. That's fantastic. I love it. Sorry, Fnatic. Anyway.
Goddamn. What a major, though. Quality major, guys.
Anything else? Did we miss any other big highlights?
I mean, I heard the best game was Secret versus Neon. Game 3, I believe. Was that the big one? Everyone talked about. There was also some issue in terms of like lag as well. I believe that was IG versus Team Secret. I didn't see that match, but that one seemed pretty sketch.
I saw the post
late at night, I guess.
Yeah, that they were basically forced to resume, and it looked like unplayable lag. And there was questions of if it's like apparently there was a storm somewhere that they thought might be the cause of it. So there was talk of subpar admin work in terms of forcing teams to play in ubiquitously unfair, like this isn't even Dota standards. We're better off canceling the game and playing again tomorrow if it's truly this bad for hours at a time. I think that might be a fair criticism. I think there might be COVID restrictions there that might make that a really challenging thing to do in practice, where ordinarily you might have that buffer.
I think it's particularly bad because Secret were winning, and then they get 5-man wiped at Roche. Or somewhere, maybe not Roche, I shouldn't say, because I didn't actually see the game. But they get 5-man wiped, and then the game from there just like is unrecoverable, of course. And like they're playing versus the PL, who's literally just A-clicking.
Yeah.
In the lag.
Yeah.
So the best hero to be when he's lagging.
Actually, that is.
Now, mind you, they had Ollie Phoenix, so they were probably going to win anyway. So that's not really a huge issue, I don't think.
I know what you mean, though. Like, we all remember what it was like playing pubs on when those servers had, like, that bad memory cluster or whatever, where, like, the clock was ticking slower, you know?
Yes.
And it's like,
dude,
you literally cannot play Dota, and there are certain heroes that can still almost play Dota, and PA is, like, S tier. And I think sometimes that can be a cover, but if the servers are truly that fucked, it's a very real dynamic, and that sucks. So... yeah, man. I don't know. But Unfortunately, we got to work with what we've got on this one, and that is the fundamental drawback to this 4 best-of-3 per day kind of schedule is that you have literally 0 buffer. You're already over your allotted amount by default with the schedule on average. So that's really hard, really, really hard. There was another
what a major though. I'm excited for the next one. Oh, obviously that leads us into the Kiev major. Has been teased essentially. By the looks of it, WePlay are hosting the next major in Kiev.
Yes.
So that's pretty exciting. We return to Kiev.
Not particularly surprising either. I think when we talked about potential contenders for the next major, like WePlay was really high on the list of people that have run really big budget events, certainly can pull it off and would likely be bidding on something like that. So very cool. Very nice. They've invested a lot in the Dota space, so good to see them getting the opportunity. I did see PGL's response to their trailer, though. 6 stock footage of Kiev. We've seen it, too. I don't know if you caught that Twitter exchange. Did you see that question mark tweet? That was pretty dank, dude.
I didn't really get was it a joke, or were they just like, hey, what are you doing?
The joke is that, like, they used almost the same stock footage that PGL did. Like, the trailer was almost exactly the same. So they were.
That's what I saw written too. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then they were trying to double down on the recent question mark meme. So it was kind of like, it
was a well played,
a double, but it was pretty funny because it was one of those classic esports trailers of just like, like intense wubby music and just yes.
Oh, I didn't see the linked one from Kiev. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. It's like literally exactly the same.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. If you haven't seen the video, once you see the side by side, you're like, "Oh, cool, guys, well done." Glad we can be of inspiration for you.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, drop the link in chat if you got it open.
Here's the PGL one, which they linked when they question marked this WePlay one.
Yes,
which is this one. I don't know why I just typed a 0. There you go. Okay, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. Pull them up here.
It's even the same bridge.
Well, yeah, because it's like, the city has the same like iconic landmarks or whatever, so they're just sort of hitting the same. Here, we can watch them side by side here, gang. Do this right. So,
nice. Here we go. We have the technology, everyone.
Yeah, here's the WePlay one.
Whoop.
Okay. And then here's the PGL one.
That's pretty good.
Like, even the people listening right now are like, wait, are you just watching the same video? I don't understand. And then, the PGL one has like some extra cuts and stuff in it. So it's pretty good. The side by side is solid. So yeah, that's super hype though. That's exciting. Go WePlay.
Yeah, they definitely deserve it after their events. Their events were super good.
You gonna get vaccinated and go there, bud? You gonna make it?
What? Oh, I don't know. When is it? Probably not. I won't be ready by then.
I can pull up the dates. I don't know off the top of my head. I got you here.
Doesn't really matter, I'm sure. It won't be soon enough.
June 2nd is the first day of the second major.
Doubt it. I doubt I'll be vaccinated by then. Yeah. Maybe. There's some potential if things hurry up, but pretty unlikely. I'll probably have one by then.
If you got the first vaccine but not the second, would you go?
Probably not.
Okay. All right. Respect.
Yeah. Because then if you get sick, you can't get the second one.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, I think so. It might depend on the vaccine.
I thought a lot of that was because of just supply and demand. If you have antibodies, then you should be more patient to get the vaccine. But is it actually efficacy of the vaccine if you get it?
Well, I guess you wouldn't even need it, right? I mean, the thing is, the first one doesn't actually protect you at all, right?
I don't know.
Or at least it doesn't fully protect you.
No, not
give you.
It depends on.
It wouldn't protect me to a level where I'm like, oh, well, now I'll just fly somewhere. It's like,
right. It's
I'm
a
still
small
going to the grocery store with my mask on, so I don't know why I'm going to fly somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's not too far away. Wowzers.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be 2 weeks in. Highly unlikely. Even if I do get my first one, I doubt it'll be 2 weeks before that major.
I'm hoping to be vaccinated by then, but I still can't get an appointment. So last I checked, it said all appointments full. Like, all right, goddamn, cool.
Holy shit, Scythe.
I'll see you later.
Subbing again.
Well, there it is. 64 months. Scythe, you're like a true moonducker,
Scythe's
man.
just trying to. Yeah, you got to fix the MoonducktV website. Someone linked me and said it's dead.
Yeah,
so
I got
money.
I gotta move it to a new server. It keeps crashing. It's been on my to-do list for like 4 months now. I'm fucking lazy.
Well, Scythe's just trying to pay you to do it, man.
All right, Scythe. All right, Scythe. You know what? In honor of you, I'm gonna really prioritize that. I'll try to do it this weekend. Also, poker tournament this Sunday. It's gonna be good. Gonna be fun. Gary's gonna come take our money again. Oh yeah. The home games are great. Still loving it. There was some other little thing with the major I wanted to mention. Oh, yeah, the first major to be streamed in 4K. Now, I have to say, Trent, does it count if the 1080p stream is consistently lagging on Twitch the entire time? Can you claim credit for the 4K? I saw it consistently. It wasn't like lag, but it was these little, like the frames would kind of speed up. It's like something was chugging, at least on the Twitch stream. The YouTube stream did look pretty crystal clear, but I had consistent issues with the Twitch stream on my end. And I saw other people complaining of similar, like, slight... It wasn't true, like, 60 FPS or something. There was something off. I can't... You know, like, when it's just off some weird... In, like, a weird way that you can't describe, I'm failing to put it into words.
I didn't actually see much of the mainstream.
Twitch chat, back me up. Back me up here. Somebody surely had the same experience I did. I saw people bitching about it in Discord.
Only time I was watching it was when poor Bkop was having that all the tech was going wrong with him and Black when he finally got his first cast back.
Yeah, so what happened? Because I know that he was casting like remotely or whatever from his room or wherever he was. Like I listened to the beginning of that cast and it seemed fine. What happened? Did his mic break or like
something happened with the swap out there? Because then he was like trying to talk to Black and Black couldn't hear him, and then you could hear Black was just filling by himself for a while, and then for game 2 they brought back in Mike. So for the first time they tried to get his remote setup working, it just something broke.
It was just odd because it seemed fine to me from a tech side. Like I remember tuning in and going, finally, Bkop. I will say. Bkop, for the first time in a while, slayed it on Twitter. Trent, I don't know if you saw this tweet, but you know so the little backstory. I was definitely concerned for Bkop. He posted an Arrival tweet. It was promptly deleted, and then Gosu Gamers published that. I think it was Gosu Gamers published that article about the 28-year-old American flying to Singapore from Romania who had tested positive and was in quarantine. And then that was it. We never heard anything else from Bkop. He was deleted from all of the talent announcements. He was just gone. And then one day in the playoffs, he just popped up again and showed up for a game and started casting. So I guess it's all good. But when he showed up, he posted a meme with no text of just the Undertaker rising out of a coffin.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And then 45 minutes later, after the tech issues, no text again, he just posted the same meme of The Undertaker going back into the coffin. Absolutely fantastic. Bkop, way to play to the strengths of the situation. I saw those memes, and I actually laughed, and I showed my roommate in real life, look at this guy slaying it on Twitter. So, buddy, more of that energy. Now, I will say I was like legitimately nervous for him, though. It scared me that just... let's remove Bkop from everything. And I'm glad that he was able to at least get a couple casts in. But I was legit like, I don't know. The silence mystery is just scary.
Yeah, he put out tweets like, thanks for my messaging, but I'm just kind of down and just chilling because obviously he couldn't like kickstart the major when his like big breaks. So
I see why deleted content leads to conspiracy theories. If he hadn't posted anything about his arrival, I wouldn't have thought that much about it. But the fact that he posted like an arrival picture and then deleted it, that was what made me worried. That's the like, well, why would you delete that? We all know that you're in Singapore.
I think he was just trying to lay low.
Yeah, it's fine. And that's totally his choice. It's just like, I think that led to a little bit of the concern there.
Yeah.
But glad he got some casting. We'll see.
Yeah, I know he's all good now. It's all fine. It wasn't hiding. He just he tested positive for COVID when he arrived, so he had to be isolated. That's all. Gigabachi.
I just would have, if it were me in his situation, I would have very much wanted to reaffirm people that I'm okay. You know, that's it. Like if people are like, hey, you got COVID, it's like, think about when Kuro, like, you know, all those, like, it's nice to know that people are doing all right. It's just it quells any kind of like what if sort of bullshit.
Oh, I just remembered another very interesting content piece from today that I wanted to bring up before we go to end and / minor patch talk here. Did you see the video that Navi put out today? I actually mentioned it earlier, but I watched it this morning. I thought it was very interesting.
Link it. No, I have not. No. How long is it?
It's called Reasons Why Navi Kicked General. It's only 4 minutes long, but it's also all subtitled because it's so that's fine. You can actually just zip through it really quickly. If you want to show it on stream, you probably could because it's pretty interesting.
Didn't they post some sort of a written thing as well? Is this like an addendum to that, or is it the same thing but different?
I'm not sure, but this one's really cool. So I'd recommend just opening this and just playing it with the subtitles at like 2x speed or something. I thought it was pretty cool. Because like you don't really see this very often, and it's obvious they felt like there was a lot of public pressure to explain it, which you don't really see teams bothering to do. But Navi, of course, has always had this sort of like trying to keep the connection with the fans because they're such an old org, and a lot of the they don't really have the biggest wins anymore until very recently. But now they they still need to keep that old legacy of like being big fan org, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in general, it seems like it was a response to what General put out, where General was talking about like how they made a pact when they were Fly to Moon, and they said no one's getting kicked before TI, and now he feels like he got betrayed. But then now they put out their statement saying that basically like things weren't going well. It was an all-time low. They lost 39 to 40 scrims. There was a lot of fighting between Roger and General, and so basically they felt like one of them had to go, and that's what happened.
Well, I think I'm glad to see teams are realizing, like Beastcoast has been slaying it in this department with the like behind the scenes stuff and like the players actually talking and explaining shit.
Players are humans.
People have seen like all that content that PPD's made of like going back and talking about past drafts and like humanizing stuff and adding the context and the emotional element. Like all that stuff is amazing and people are hungry for it, and we're super underserved with that kind of stuff. And I'm glad to see teams like realizing the potential of it, because it's just amazing brand building. It's same as I was just arguing. It quells that like fan conspiracy bullshit when you can just clearly explain what happened, and people respect it. You know, it gives, I don't know, it lets people feel more involved with the process instead of this old school, like you're kicked. And then we're all just like, well, what the fuck happened? Was he addicted? And then it's like, I don't know. We've been really bad at this kind of PR historically in Dota, so this makes me real happy, dude. I like this a lot.
All right, now it's time.
Patch time. Also, real quick, the one piece of news I wanted to ask your opinion on. Beastcoast, right? Did you see their follow-up statement about Stinger? How he's gonna? I think he's gonna be fine.
I saw his little statement thing out,
and stuff. Yeah, so I wanted to re-echo that like this is within that realm where Beastcoast was getting a lot of flack for like basically being accused as an org of not taking the quarantine guidelines seriously, right? Like to participate in the major. So some of the stuff that Kelly said on Twitter, like this is what you have to do once you get invited to the major. If you don't do it, it's fucking on you, man. This is what we sacrificed to do this. So a lot of people said, well, Beastcoast, what were your regulations? Did you actually force your players to quarantine? Did you, what's going on here? Who's to blame? And then they came out with that statement saying very strongly, it was Stinger. Like, we had rules in place. Everyone agreed. He broke the agreement. He ran out to do some shit and got COVID and exposed the rest of us. It's on him. We're adding a sixth player. We're fining him. His future with the team is kind of unknown. We're taking this super seriously. Did you think that was like an overstep by the org to like, quote, throw a player under the bus like that?
I didn't see that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
No, I thought you meant the Stinger. Stinger put a little post taking responsibility.
I just
I'm reading it right now. I just found it.
So you can drop it in Twitch chat if you want. I'll pull it up.
Without the organization or other players' knowledge, he violated. Wow. Wow, jeez.
So is that too much?
No. I don't think so. I mean, depends on what the attitude is of the rest of the team for sure. But yeah, that's kind of intense. Holy
yeah.
shit.
And it's a little controversial, but at the same time, I kind of understand why the org might have felt the need to protect themselves. I have a feeling if we like saw their inbox and saw the amount of vitriol they were getting and accusations, it's like, yo, we did everything right from an org perspective. We got to kind of protect ourselves. It's different, I guess, if he had gotten it, quote unquote, like accidentally, or if something had happened that was maybe more explainable, but the context is like that he snuck out to fly in his girlfriend or something, like literally just said, okay, I'll quarantine, and then just lied about what he was doing to break the quarantine. So if that's the case, then you got to kind of own your shit, right? I mean, you made an agreement and you broke it. So I don't feel too sorry for you that they like went in, but this really is going in, man. This is going ham, as one would say.
Damn.
So yeah, it's some similar degree of transparency there,
Wow, that's pretty intense though. A sixth player. Geez, what happens there? I don't even know. But does that mean I'm getting kicked or like what? Like what do you even think when that happens?
That I think they're definitely flexing that by like kind of implying like, man, you might. We're trying people out. We got a backup like on call. So if you fuck this up again,
yeah.
Peace. We're not wasting any time. It's intense. And I agree that I think it makes the org seem more like an actual company. That this is like something kind of more EG-esque, not just like derpy esports org. This is kind of like serious shit.
You know what else is really serious?
What?
The patch tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it.
It's patch day, guys. It's patch day tomorrow. Are we going to get a BTS stream, Dakota? Huh? Can you guys please just stream the empty couches since no one's in the office? Oh, that'd be so funny.
It's true. I always think of patch day as free viewers day. You wake up at 8 a.m., you put on that 6-hour countdown timer, and then you just sit there. People go, oh, does he actually know when the patch is dropping? Oh, a countdown timer? It's like, I get why CNN is obsessed with countdown timers. It fucking works on human psychology.
Shit. I'm a genius.
Dude.
All right, I'm going to have a patch day stream tomorrow.
You should. It's amazing.
I know what I'm doing.
So,
all right. Tune in tomorrow for a patch day stream, guys.
So, but any like predictions or wants or anything you want to throw out into the void, bud? Because I'm bad at this. I don't know. I saw T-Gov like I want XP changes. Like
yes, XP and gold. XP and gold changes.
Why?
I don't
talk to me
go
about
back.
This bandwagon.
Okay. I don't want to go back to the old days of like super poor position 5s, but I also think there's a little bit too much gold still. Like with neutral items especially, it feels like I'm kind of okay as a support early on. So I'd like it to be just lowered down a little bit. I feel like the items pile in super fast right now. I just slow down a little bit, okay? Let us get a chance to actually react and interact with each other's items on the enemy team, okay? Because right now, some of that strategy, I'm looking at all these old games lately, right? So it's kind of cool to see what the meta was. The meta back then was to hide your items, because items came so slowly that you had a lot of time to work with this item that you've like built up over the enemy team. You like hide the fact you're going BKB, hide the fact you're going for a butterfly, right? So that I think that would be kind of cool to slow it down a little bit. Map changes, I think, are the big thing everyone wants, regardless if they change XP or gold or whatever. Just please change the map. Let's mix it up a little bit. Kill the triangle. I don't know. Give me another shape. Give me an octagon or some shit. I don't care. Do something about runes. No more of this one rune. I'm screwed if I don't get the rune.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is. I kind of feel like maybe a water rune on the other side, as people have kind of called it.
Bottle
like
refill.
Theeban mentioned that.
Yeah.
That all it can do is refill bottle, and you can't deny it. That would be my thought process.
I love it. That would, if that was the fix, I would.
Here's the problem though. Then do position 4s just by bottle. And you use it to kill the enemy mid's bottle, and we just have the same situation.
Well, I'm not saying it's without ripple effects, but then we can calibrate that in some other way. I think it still helps mid fundamentally. I don't know. And maybe it doesn't need to be for the entire game, right? Maybe you have that for the first 10 rune spawns, let's say. Then the water rune fucks off and it goes back to, regular, or the first 5, whatever it is.
Yeah, if you slow down the gold stuff, I know what you're saying, Lutane, but I think you just weaken towers as well. Yes, thank you, Darth, for bringing it up. Lifesteal neutrals, kill them. I hate them. They're the worst.
Okay. I want to bandwagon on some of those. I like the lifesteal neutral gone. That's fucking stupid. Fairy trinket also, I'm down for that thing to go away a little bit. I like this water rune idea, and I'm done with the triangle. All 3 of those, 1-to-1, I love it.
Yeah, I don't know. Just mix it up. I don't know if we need a second Roche or whatever. I'm not sure what the answer is there.
Oh no, I
need one on each side.
I don't think
move
so.
Roche again.
No, I think that would be an overcorrection. I think we just need to tweak some of this other stuff. I think.
What about outposts?
They're not my favorite mechanic, but relative to all the other iterations of this bullshit with shrines and whatnot, this is the most okay I've been with it. Does that make sense? So
yes,
I still don't love it, but I don't think it's a hugely like they're not breaking the game, nor if we remove them will it fix the broader problems that you kind of just described. I feel like they're just sort of there. It's cool. It's fine. It gives me something to do a little bit. It's an access point. I do still like having access point potential in the enemy jungle. I think something around there is kind of valuable. So
I don't know if is it too easy to take back right now? Kind of feels like it is, but it's also so powerful that maybe it should be.
It feels okay to me from my potato brain. I don't often have that like fucking outpost the same way I do with the possessed mask.
Shrines.
To me, it's like not even in the same ballpark.
Yeah, 100%. I'm actually pretty okay with outposts in their current state.
What's
your prediction on the new hero?
I think it's a dragon. I think it's going to be a dragon of some sort that will make DK less lonely. Yep. I think it's going to play into anime. It's going to be some sort of dragon-y thing.
Like a dragon that's coming in the next season? That'd be pretty wild.
Something like that. It's either something like that, or it's going to expand out this, like, we have the Winter Wyvern. DK is more of like a traditional dragon. It's going to be something else expanding out this like dragon.
That's a pretty crazy guess.
Dragon archetype thing. I mean, new heroes are hard to predict, dude. Would you've ever predicted Hoodwink? They're going to clone Wind Ranger and make her a chipmunk. Like, if you had predicted that, I would have been like, all right, dog, well, the weed must be good up there in Canada. Woohoo! So, what's your bold hero prediction, dude? I'm going in with the dragons. At least I got one.
Mine is Artifact Hero, not Anime Hero. I think Anime Hero will be the next one. I think this is going to be something from Artifact. I'm guessing Rix.
Sorlakan, maybe?
Maybe Sorlakan, but I think Rix and then Vanessa and then maybe Sorlakan are my like tier list.
I gotta look up Rix again. I don't remember. How do you spell it? R-I-X-X?
He's like a wolf dude. His logic, like, he transforms into Fenrir. I think his voice lines are kind of pointed to.
Okay.
Yes, all the voice lines that point to Rix also point to Hoodwink. That is true, but they're not used though, right? So we'll see.
No, but Hoodwink still has expansion to go, right? So she might have other, like, she doesn't have an Ags. Like, she might have, I don't know.
Yeah.
I do want to see Hoodwink Ags. I want to see Hoodwink in Captain's Mode as well.
Yeah, 100%. I will be shocked if Hoodwink is not added.
Yep, I think artifact predictions are definitely safe.
Archie, there's voice lines that relate to a beast that doesn't speak, and they haven't been used for Hoodwink. So that's why people think it might be Fenrir / Rix the Unbound
Rixy.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Stop calling Artifact non-canon. I don't know why you keep saying that, dude. Artifact is clearly... It's still there, dude. It still exists. We got Artifact couriers in the game. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. It's all interconnected, man. Don't give the Dota lore too much credit. It's all one bubble, dude. It's not... The Artifact team really ran wild with it.
I think Theeban will be the next one.
All right, that's a safe prediction. I don't have a great counter to that.
Yeah.
I just like dragons. So, I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Have you had an itching to play DK? Have we? I don't think we've podcasted since the anime. Did you watch it? Did you like it? Did you?
I did watch it. I binged it on like the second or third day because I didn't want to get like spoiled or anything. But I don't think you have to worry too much about spoilers. I guess slight spoilers here if you're listening. We won't like go crazy. But I did like it. I thought it was good. I don't watch like a bunch of animes or anything, but like I have no issues with the genre.
Exceeded expectations.
I wouldn't recommend it to friends of mine that don't watch Dota and don't watch anime. I wouldn't be like, you need to watch Dragon's Blood. You know, my current tag on Slippy is watch Dota anime. So I'm doing my best, guys. You know, I'm trying to.
Well, it's a tangential market, so they might, there might be overlap there. Favorite episode?
Ooh, probably the one where Marana is fighting the dragon. That's what I'll say, non-spoilery. I thought that there were really cool scenes in that one.
Okay, I don't know.
It might have been the last one or the second last one. I can't remember.
Mine was episode 3. I felt like it actually started kind of slow, and we did like a watch party, and by episode 2, I kind of had that like, oh my god, this is gonna be a long 3 hours. I'm really not like giving a shit about these characters. And then episode 3 was just way more engaging somehow. And all right, small spoiler here, Luna shows up.
Dude, Luna's hype as fuck.
Luna, like, she's like a really like. It's weird to say I like the character because, she's like super fucked up, but she's like badass as hell. The way they show like Lucent Beam, I love anything that is like the adaptation of like mystical shit that you see in a game that you take for granted into real life. Like one of the first fantasy books I ever read was the Diablo Legacy of Blood. And one of the coolest things, like what got me into the book, was the side character who was like a female necromancer in training. And she was like just learning how to cast her first spells. And they were trying to describe like the concept of mana. And it's basically just like energy, you know, and it's like every spell cast is like really tiresome and fatiguing. And you have to like, there's like a big recovery attached to it. And it's like, oh, that's like mana regeneration. But in real life, like that to me is very cool. I love that kind of fantasy.
One of the points that Slacks made in one of those Netflix videos too was like you get to see the hero's abilities unbound by game balance.
Yes.
So that's why Luna could just be like raining down orbital cannons of like god tier. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, dude. And like using Lucent Beam as like a prison, just like trying to run away from me. Gotcha. I'm like, all right, this is like I got chills watching Luna fuck with those villagers or whatever.
I think Terrorblade was so badass. Holy shit.
Yeah. I need to rewatch it though.
The ending was also very good. The last scene especially was like, whoa, damn.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. Some good kind of like cliffhangery sort of potential teasers. It way exceeded expectations. I think it.
I'm glad you liked it because you were not hype.
As far as video game adaptations go, I think it was definitely far right on the bell curve. You know, potential for that to be god awful, and it was way, way better than that. It's still not my preferred art style. There were a couple of moments in the dialogue that were a little goofy. Then that first episode where the bartender guy says "fuck" like 3 times in 2 seconds. That scene will forever stand out to me. It's a fucking dead. Its fucking head is right fucking here. Like, who wrote this? Nobody talks like that. What the fuck? But very minor moments, and maybe that was kind of there for the memes. But I loved Marcy. I loved that scene, like when her and Mirana are firing down the arrows, and she's got the telescope, and she's doing that little like whistle thing to like tell her where to shoot the arrows. That scene was so fucking adorably cute. That was my forever Marcy fan moment right there. I was getting like Misty vibes from watching Pokemon. Just like, yeah, I'm a Marcy fan. God damn it. Here's another one.
Yeah. Yeah, she's really captured the love of everyone, hasn't she? Holy moly.
Yeah.
There's like so much fan art. I don't know what they're going to do with her. They're going to make her a courier and everyone's going to cry. It's going to be the equivalent of when there's the Smash character reveal and you see the character you wanted revealed as a Mii costume. It's like the exact same reaction when Marcy gets added as a courier. It's going to be vitriol.
They could make a Marcy hero, or is that just too much? Because I saw a lot of polls on Twitter of people predicting that like new hero Marcy
so bad.
And like I'm sure, I doubt Valve was planning that, but maybe they see the fandom there and see it as an opportunity. Do you like? Is that too humanoid?
So my setup was, what if she was a persona instead? I think that maybe we could squeeze her as like an axe persona or something, because like she's not. What is she going to be as a hero? She whistles and she punches hard. Like they'd have to go pretty deep on the lore in the second season or something. But like all she is. All right.
Well,
a
step
really
one,
strong
you
human.
remove Telescope from the game and give her that spell. There you go. Telescope's one. Give her a bow and arrow. You got some sort of archer, some rain arrows or some shit. There's 2.
Some sort of a grappler. That'd be so funny. They just give her Zangief spin from like Street Fighter, where she the classic grappler spin. Now we're talking.
Yeah, I don't know. She would definitely be odd, but you know,
Lariat. Yeah, I couldn't remember what the term was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know. That could be kind of cool actually if she like could. But then, someone said toss. Someone said she should be a tiny persona, and I kind of liked it.
All right, so take Magnus's shard. Make it better, give it to her as a skill, and give Magnus a shard that's actually useful. Give her like that's a common mechanic in other MOBAs, the like pitchfork thing. You flip them over your head, reposition tool. Just got to calibrate it right so it's not total shit. Huh.
Oh wait, she could be a Tusk persona. She could just roll at people and carry people as she goes, and then she is tag team, and then it's a giant punch, and then the ice shards would just have to be like a net or something. All right, we're getting somewhere, guys. She's gonna be a persona.
Would it be too weird to make her a Mirana persona, or is that like too meta?
Well, then she'd be like shooting an arrow and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, fair. I don't know. I don't know. We have to think. We got to workshop
a brewmaster persona, and she split into 3 Marcies. That would make everyone happy.
That'd be pretty good. I like that. Now you're getting creative.
Now we're getting somewhere.
You got to workshop it a little bit, but
yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, DPC starts in 4 days, dude. This Monday, opening series. Very exciting. I don't know if we have the schedule yet of what our actual first matchup is for South America. There should be a talent announcement coming soon, but take some educated guesses. The first matchup is going to be the... Wait. Whoa. Trent, we have a change live on this podcast.
Live.
Oh, no, this is lower division. Never mind. My bad. So it's a lower division that gets things started. Ego division, or Ego Boys versus the Binomistas. That's Benny, Minnie, Sexy Fat, Jupiter, and Nawages. Will be up against Rises Alone, Drakeel, Tano, and Kara. So the action starts in 4 days, dude. Can you believe it? Are you ready for the grind, dude? 6 more weeks, Mr. Double Region, double dipping.
Whoa.
Sugar on top, getting paid by everybody. Trent packs.
Yeah, gotta get that money.
Marcy Q.
I'll be back.
Yeet.
I'll be back for NA as well.
That's exciting.
Yep. Schedules are all exactly the same, supposedly. So I hope you guys like the schedule.
I did, actually. SA. I mean, parts of it I didn't like that there was so much overlap because, we're very strict about time in between games, and Europe gives them like an hour between game 1 and game 2 for some reason. Would love to see that cleaned up a little bit, but I'm not going to die on that hill. You do what you got to do. I get it. Sponsors are tough.
Oh, God. I need to look back historically when patches happen. But yes, I will be doing a patch day stream tomorrow. I've just come up with it now in my head, so we'll see if it happens. Oh, yo, what up, Adrian? Adrian, we beat the StarCraft guys in the crew battle again. Just so you know, Dota reigns supreme. We're 2-0 since I've been there. I guess they were losing before I showed up, so don't worry. Yeah, those Brood War players, they didn't know what was coming. All right. Yeah, I even SD'd. I didn't play the second time because we won so hard, but whatever.
Anything out of the Dota space? How the pubs? You've been playing with Owen and Sheaver. How's the real life?
I've been streaming old replays and streaming most days, so I haven't really been playing. I don't like to stream my games because I can't actually chat. It's like a totally different experience to play Dota. Because when I play Dota, I like to be very invested. I get upset when someone dies and looks at their phone. It's like, dude, you should be playing Dota.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I struggle with that. That's one of my biggest weaknesses. You know that.
It definitely is. That's the reason why we lost 1,000 MMR, buddy. You just gotta look at the damn game.
I know. I'm a distracted young man. Yeah, I've been actually enjoying just outside, man. I feel like this is for me the quiet before the storm. So I've been enjoying I got a haircut, got a massage on Monday morning. I got the car oil change. I'm doing all the laundry list of stuff so I can camp for the next 6 weeks and just focus on DPC Dota. I haven't been playing as much Dota. I've been spending a lot of time chatting in Discord, getting sucked into my own community, man. Goddamn Discord. That politics channel's popping off, man. I'm loving it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God. Any other games you're playing, though? You still waiting for, what's it called, Mr. Fighting Game?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Strive.
Yeah.
So I can
is the hype waning?
I can take down the maniac level computers on Guilty Gear XRD. I've also been playing people online, but I'm still getting a lot of the fundamentals. But yeah, I can. My Zato is really sweet, guys. I've been playing Monster Hunter Rise. Game is insanely good.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. I still haven't picked it up, but it's on my list of potential. Are we gonna play it during DPC? Is that gonna be? Oh, we got a delay. Trent, you want to slay some monsters? Is that?
Yeah.
We need a green room time killer sometimes. So that could be it. It's been PoE for me in the past, but the Switch is very handy.
It's 10 out of 10. It's super good. Very good Monster Hunter. Very satisfying. Excellent movement. I'm all about movement in video games. Give me choices. Give me options. And you have so many in Rise that it's insane. That's why it feels better than World to me.
Gotcha.
World's obviously very good too. But super enjoying it. So good.
Shout out to Logro, one of the political warriors there, turning up in Twitch chat. Content recommendation, Trent. Documentaries galore right now. I've been sucked into the docs. The QAnon.
Did it start with Seaspiracy or whatever?
Dude, that one is pretty good. But QAnon Into the Storm, the HBO one, a new 6-parter. They just dropped the end of it a couple days ago on Easter. Dude, really good. It's good because, yes, QAnon is like terrifying and interesting, but it's like mega current. Like it's kind of like a 3-year look of this whole movement. And there's a lot of 4chan, 8chan, Cicada 3301, like a lot of internet culture stuff included in it because it's all driven through these like shitty message boards. So the back end and like who owns the message boards and like how do we verify Q is the one making the Q drops. All that shit is fascinating from like a documentary standpoint. And like all good modern documentaries, there's so much fucking footage, so much news coverage of this stuff that when it's properly curated and edited down, it's like a really hard story to follow that's actually easy to digest. Highly recommend. It's like a 10 out of 10 documentary from like a documentary standpoint, in my opinion.
Interesting.
And it has a pretty good ending too. If you haven't been spoiled.
Does it end on the riots?
No, it ends with like they basically figured out who Q is. I mean, the person denies it, of course, but I think it's a very, very strong case based on the evidence laid out. And of course, that's how documentaries are designed. They always have like a point they're trying to, it's a persuasive essay, if you will. But it doesn't just leave you hanging with like, and then it ended. It has an actual ending of just like, all right, this is kind of my smoking gun. Believe it or don't, but this is where we're at. And I don't know. 6 hours. It's a 6-parter, so you can watch it in chunks and whatnot. Very much recommend on HBO Max. I also just think HBO does good documentaries. Right? They've done a lot of good ones in the past. It reminded me of the Scientology one a little bit, which was also very good. 10 out of 10, going clear.
I know we're not anime guys, but from what I understand, a 7. So right now, if you're an Attack on Titan person who hasn't watched or whatever, leave now. Okay? Thank you for watching and listening. But if you're like, oh, I don't want to be spoiled, then just leave. I'm not going to try and spoil anything, but someone in the chat probably will. So that's why I'm just warning you. From what I understand, a 7-year-long anime has come to an end, Attack on Titan, and the responses have not been great.
Well, like the ending was shit, basically?
Yes. Basically, some even compare it to Game of Thrones.
Whoa.
And many people are just in denial, apparently, about it. So
the manga's over.
Yes, the manga's over. Sorry, the anime. Sorry, I get the terms confused.
I see.
The
books come first,
anime.
right?
It's like Game of Thrones, same thing. It's like they finished the books and they haven't done the show yet.
Yeah,
that sort of deal. It's getting reamed.
Wow.
It's getting like absolutely crushed. All I noticed was a Leffen tweet, and the responses were so 10 out of 10. People were so mad.
I know it's popular. I remember way back when I was living at the BTS house. I asked LD about like if there's any anime that's easy to get into, and he actually recommended Attack on Titan and said it's one of his favorites. And I think that and Full Metal Alchemist were the two that he recommended to me as like easy to get into if you're not an anime fan, and both like very, very good and absolutely worth watching.
I've only ever heard very, very good things about the anime. I've heard it's fucking incredible.
So and it was on Netflix for a while. I don't know if it still is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Full Metal Alchemist is the other big one that everyone always recommends, too, for sure.
Yeah. So I was actually rewatching a little bit of Dragon Ball Z. It's really slow, but it's fun if you can click through it. Like the digital versions, it's like I can watch an episode in 5 minutes. I'm like, I get it. Goku's running down Snake Way. Got it. Next episode. I'm like power watching Dragon Ball Z. It's fucking awesome, dude.
Right, really? Right now?
A little bit, yeah. The first season. I haven't been that diligent about
hype.
it. But I when I want to watch it, I can't watch it in real time. I just click through them.
Matt Demers was just tweeting about how he's starting Deep Space Nine. So I was kind of gushing to him on Discord a little bit.
I want to rewatch it, and every time I do, I feel like, I'm not giving this the attention it deserves, and I shelf it again. But it really, I think it's just better Next Generation. As someone who said for a decade, the Next Generation is my favorite TV show, hands down, no competition. I think DS9 takes all the best things of Next Generation and just does it better with more, with better writing,
can't exist without it. It can't exist without TNG.
Yes.
100%. But goddamn, Cisco.
It's just the storylines of DS9 that are like the season arcs are just way better. It has just way better TV writing. The religious stuff is 10 out of 10. It's one of the best portrayals of religion in any science fiction I think I've ever seen. It's really, really well done. They hired a lot of really good writers for that. Odo is like one of the coolest characters. I love how Star Trek makes these godlike characters so fucking cool. They did it in TNG with Q. They did it in DS9 with Odo. They did it in future ones with other people. But like both those characters were so badass. And if you just explained the archetype of those characters to me, I would say there's high risk for this character to be dumb as fuck. Oh, Q can just change the gravitational constant of the universe? Cool. You know, like you have potential for Q to be the equivalent of the Time Turner in Harry Potter, but instead they made him one of the most badass characters like ever, you know? And that's hard to do. That's really cool. That's part of what makes Star Trek so good.
It's good. It's good. All right, get me out of here.
All
it's 3:10.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, gang.
Patch day tomorrow. Woo!
Yeah, probably going to stream it up. You guys know where to find it. Enjoy your last season or weekend off before the DPC season starts. YouTube, iTunes, all that bullshit. You know where to find us. We'll see you next time, gang. Hasta luego. Whoa, wrong one.